one of our outstanding high school students. Richael Lamendola is a junior at Mary Help of Christians Academy in North Haledon. And she's just going to share with you, she's going to share with you her story, and please just listen, it's very compelling. Richael, we're proud of you. Here you go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Richael Lamendola, and I'm a junior at Mary Help of Christians Academy in North Haledon, New Jersey. I live with my two sisters, mother and father, in Haskell, which is a part of Wanacue, a town in Upper Passaic County. I am also a very grateful Tri-County Scholarship recipient. My story is a little different than many of the other kids who receive Tri-County scholarships. I don't live in the inner city like many of the other recipients, and I don't have to face some of the dangers that they face in their neighborhoods. But although my family isn't poor, for a long time we have struggled financially. Several years ago, my father had a good job at GE Healthcare as a division manager. My mother worked as a buyer for a medical equipment company. My parents were able to afford to send my two sisters and me to the small Catholic elementary school in our town. Our parents wanted this opportunity for us because they felt that it would give us the best education possible and also help support our values. But then my dad lost his job in the 2008 Great Recession after 23 years of steady hard work. Our family income was instantly and very significantly affected. My sisters and I were too young to understand the implications of this loss. My older sister was in 5th grade, me in 3rd grade, and our younger sister in kindergarten. For a while, our parents kept this loss of income a private matter between them. They didn't want to make my sisters and me afraid that we may have to leave our school. All my sisters and I knew was that our dad was unemployed. My dad kept trying to obtain full-time employment but couldn't. He kept being told that he was overqualified for jobs or that there just wasn't any work. So he took part-time jobs wherever he could. No matter what the job was, how hard the work, he did it. One day, he'd be hired to hand out flyers for businesses on the streets, and the next day he'd be hired to set up supermarket kiosks. He did lots of pickup work all the time to earn money, while my mother put in extra hours at her full-time job. For the most part, our parents were really good at keeping our financial troubles between themselves. But when it was time for my sister to choose where she would attend high school, my parents' concern about being able to pay the increase in tuition became pretty obvious. The pressure was on for my sister to do well and qualify for academic scholarships. After 5 years of part-time jobs, the financial pressures and bills had piled up. Creditors called many times every day, and we were close to losing our home. And just then, my grandmother became very sick and had to come live with us, which further increased our costs. But my parents were determined to keep us in our schools. They said that they would give up almost everything else to enable my sisters and me to continue going to Catholic school. But my parents were so much more tired and frustrated than they had ever been. Every week at Mass, I would pray that God would help us. Keeping 3 daughters in Catholic school was very tough on my parents. When it was my turn to choose a high school, I was very worried that I wouldn't be able to attend the Catholic high school that my sister attended, Mary Help of Christians. I had earned good grades in middle school, and Mary Help gave me a generous scholarship, but there was still an overwhelming amount left to pay. And that's when I applied for a Tri-County scholarship, and our lives changed. Finding out that I had received a $5,000 Freedom Scholarship from Tri-County was unbelievably amazing. I don't know much about Tri-County supporters, except that you must be very special people. You don't know me, and yet you found it in your heart to help me and a lot of other kids just like me receive a very good education. I want to say thank you for everything that you have done for me. At Mary Help, I'm able to participate in the healthcare classes, robotics club, basketball, musicals, student council, and so many other areas that interest me. Although I'm still not sure of what I want to do in the future, I know that my opportunities are not limited. Today, even though my family's finances are better, things are still a little bumpy. There are still 3 daughters to support and many bills, but thanks to the Tri-County Scholarship Fund, I'm still able to attend Mary Help. The school has truly turned a small, shy girl into the confident person standing before you today. No amount of thanks will ever be good enough for the Tri-County donors who have made my education possible, but I will try to show my thankfulness by doing well at school and in the future. Thank you.